Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the DAX today? So the DAX is in a pretty interesting area, and we are in this zone of resistance, and you can see all these breakout levels. So in other words, every tail here is a breakout level. Every tail tells a story. Okay, so quite simply, there's a reason why the buyers were buying at this level. What that reason is may not be very clear, but there was a reason why people were buying here. So every tail tells a story, and this is where there were buyers. So in other words, there was support back here, and there was resistance here, and there was resistance here, and we had resistance here. Okay, and we had support back here. So this zone is pretty strong. So now the question is, are we going to just test this break down of this zone and move the downside, or are we going to break through? The other thing that you'll notice is all the moving averages are inside that zone as well. Okay, so the daily is still saying that we have, if you look at the oscillators, it's saying we've still got lots of upside to come. Okay, but the lower time frames are indicating otherwise. So the 4 hour is starting to group, and we've got diversions, and we are below the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. So seems to be some indication that we are going to bounce off this level to the downside. But until we break below a 4 hour fractional, this trend is up. Okay, so for me, until we drop below this level, okay, only once we break below this level will I even consider that this trend has changed and to the downside. For now, it is pretty clear that the trend is up. Okay, so right, so now you can see price starts in the lower left corner and ends in the top right corner. Okay, upward trend. So what we are looking for today is, I highly doubt we're going to just fly through these three levels without a fight. Okay, so if we do, it will be some form of news that'll drive the market. But for me at the moment, you can see there's even diversions on the hour here. We've got another grouping of the oscillators here. So I'm almost expecting us to do a pullback first, maybe back to the 20 moving average, and then we just continue on this slow grind to the upside. Okay, but remember, I mean, you've got a 4 hour and a 1 hour fractional here, and it's only once that breaks that you can start looking for a trend change. At this stage, this trend is up, and you should be looking for longs, and that's exactly what I'll be doing today. Most likely not from this level here, but definitely from a lower level. Okay, and you can see here on the 30 minutes, you can see how we tag the 40 moving average, and then you've got a tail engulfing, which would have been a signal to get in long. And if we just look at the 12, you would have probably found a similar scenario on the 12. Okay, first move down, one push up, second push down, closing the gap, finding some support, and then moving to the upside. Okay, so you can also see on the 12 minutes that things are a little bit stretched. So we're looking for some kind of a pullback, and let's just have a look at where the futures are. Okay, so the DAX futures are sitting at 12,582. Right, 12,582 is where we're sitting, and that's pretty far from where we are at the moment. Okay, so we're sitting at 12,556. 12,556. So that's 20 points basically from where we are currently in this area here. So yeah, maybe we do get a breakthrough this zone today. It all really depends on the open, in my opinion anyway. So what I'll be looking for is a pullback, hopefully a gap close as well, and then another opportunity to get in long like we had here. Okay, so that's kind of my play for today. Is there is diversions, there's grouping of oscillators, but it's not the be-all and end-all. The fact is that this trend is up, so we need to trade with the trend. And the longer you trade with the trend, the more profitable you're going to be. If you keep trying to go against the trend, you're going to keep getting stopped out. You might make a few scalps, but to be honest with you, you're not going to make the money that's on the table at the moment. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for, and I'll give you some pretty interesting levels that I'll be looking at. So firstly would be gap close. So come back and test this area. So anywhere in between this blue line and this blue line. If we can get back in here and get some bullish action, and what I mean by bullish action is something like this, okay, an inside bar, something like this, an engulfing like this. So any kind of bullish action will indicate the long. And what you're going to want to do is, if this level holds, you can put your stop right here. So let's just say we only get a gap close. You have call it a 30-point stop loss, which is a nice risk to reward, because your reward will be each of these levels to the upside. Okay, so a 30-point stop, and you've got a 40-point potential. And I think just before we go, I just want to hit the weekly. Okay, you can see we've got weekly support here. So the weekly 20, we're through the weekly 20 moving average. So we're basically on the weekly 40 at the moment. So a break above that, a break through that zone gives us that as the next level. Okay, and if I come down to the hour, so what we're looking for is a break through this area. We get a break through this area, you've got a nice 176-point trade to set up. Okay, anyway guys, that's my take for the day. Is I'm looking for longs, and preferably at the gap close. If we don't get the gap close, then I'll trade whatever I see. And obviously each of these levels is going to be critical, and you're going to have to watch it quite closely, because we could bounce off one of these levels quite violently. Okay, so that's my take on it for today. Hope it helps. And if you like what you hear, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment. Always want to engage with you guys. Anyway, thanks for the support. Catch you guys later. Cheers, man.